Welcome back to Pisces TV with Montana B. This is a love reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising, wherever Pisces may fall in your chart or in your environment. Keep in mind that tarot is entertainment. If it doesn't resonate with you, feel free to check out some other aspects of your chart and some of my other videos. Here on YouTube, we have the community board, so stay posted, as that's where all of the communications are. At the beginning of the day, middle of the day, end of the day, honey. Specials, coupon codes, and information about our courses, webinars, and much, much more. Speaking of, if you're looking to join us on the other side for some discussion, the link to Patreon is in the description box, as well as my contact information and a link to my online store. So without further ado, we will get started with your love reading, Pisces. Now, these were two interesting cards to come out. As I asked about love, you have the Sage of Crystals, and you got Fortune, the Wheel of Fortune, and then I have the Sage of Crystals representing the Knower. Okay, so we're gonna start off with these beautiful tarot cards. I can't say oracle cards because this person created some tarot cards and added their own little flavor, which they have the right to do. So let's go ahead and get started with this, as we have the crystals. Okay, now in this deck, let's see the crystals. Does it tell me? I think it does. If the crystals have a particular, okay, it represents the mind. So you have the Sage of Crystals, which is the Knower. All right, it says that the traditional symbol of the mind in tarot is the sword. Like the sword, the mind cuts through and penetrates, symbolic of insight and awareness. In Voyager Tarot, which is what I'm using today, your mental state is depicted by the crystal. So like the crystal, the mind is a clear, sharp, multifaceted, and creative tool. Like a crystal, the mind stores and transmits information. Attributes of mind are symbolized by the crystal because both contain the light of consciousness. Like the crystal, the mind puts the light of intelligence into form. Thought is crystallized consciousness. And so for you to have the Sage, when I think of the Sage, I think of wisdom. Okay? I think of someone who might know something. So like the crystal, which has evolved over eons of time, your mind is a crystal ball of acquired knowledge from the past. This historical perspective gives you farsight vision. You see the big picture and can foresee future trends. The breadth of your vision enables you to connect and synthesize, thus creating new perspectives. You also possess know-how. You know your stuff. Offer your knowledge and wisdom to the world as a mentor. Okay? You know how to refine raw perceptions into ideas of practical value and application. This is symbolized by the conversion of the crystal ball into a cut diamond of worth and significance. So, I ain't gonna lie, when I saw this, I thought about Uzi Vert just got that big old diamond put into his forehead. And so, with the Wheel of Fortune, and I'm reading between the lines with this Knower here, and it talks about seeing the big picture, foreseeing future trends. I'm thinking that there could be something happening that may happen or has happened that you have the experience. Okay, so I don't know if there was a missed opportunity because that came up in the daily vibe, and like you get another go at something because it represents itself or represents itself, and you have this ability to kind of like see it coming before it happens, or maybe you've seen it before because of this wisdom here. And also, it's kind of like the Queen of Swords energy, because the Queen of Swords is the advisor, kind of like mentor energy that gives this information. So if someone is giving you advice, or one of your friends call you to get some advice, just be mindful of that conversation that's being had. How about that? Okay. But you're going to foresee something. And when I look at the Wheel of Fortune and someone being able to predict the future, it's kind of like psychic or psyche. And then I had this idea today. I don't know if it's relevant to this conversation, but I kind of felt that there was some communication through that portal where Uzi Vert got the diamond put. Some of you may call the third eye, which is usually represented in tarot by either the King of Wands, the Three of Cups, or the Lizard. Okay, so if you guys see any of those today, or they come up in some other readings, I don't know, maybe take note. In this deck, the fortune card is the 10th card. Okay, so you have the number 10 here. The blackamoor bearing, the treasure of, Dresden, symbolizes the law of prosperity. You prosper by knowing how to receive the wealth of opportunities that come to you from the cornucopia of the universe. So like a wheel, convert these generous inputs into outputs. And see, it still plays on your mental, Pisces, your wisdom, your thinking, your perspective. Be optimistic and entrepreneurial. Resourceful, turn a negative into a positive. So this is that 5 of Cups that came up in the daily vibe, is seeing the positive, seeing the harmony, seeing the balance, seeing the 2 cups behind you, and not really focus on whatever is in front of you. Okay, that could be grabbing your attention if there's a negative. How about that? Spin ideas around to see a way. Okay, so this kind of says to be mindful of that same advice, like I said, because somebody could be putting a spin on it, or you need to put your spin on it, or something like that. But to seize an opportunity, be courageous, a risk taker, like the Matador, whatever a Matador is, Matador, y'all know what that is. You need to be optimistic, symbolized by the gold crown. Like Jupiter, think expansively and decide how you can bring available resources together to create synergy. So are you trying to bring something together, or is someone else trying to get together with you, Pisces? As the dancer of the Wheel of Fortune, be agile. Oh my gosh, be flexible and alert, always ready to move. You have flexibility in the daily vibe as well, Pisces. You are constantly recycling the wealth of the universe. By giving away what you have created, you allow new opportunities to come in. The turnover creates abundance for yourself and others. You are rewarded for your sharing on all levels of being. The shadow or negative side of fortune. The Wheel of Fortune mentally carries its risk. You are subject to delusions. See, we talked about that too. You may crash. You can be caught up in the lure of material riches and never progress spiritually. Never be happy, for enough is never enough. Your pursuit of riches, in your pursuit of riches, you may be exploitive and manipulative. So, if we were to put our spin on this reading, where it talks about foreseeing something, and then either we talk about a magnitude of abundance, okay, a crown of some sort, flexibility, and the fortune or fate changing in a situation, a negative into a positive, we also see the potential for exploitive and manipulative behavior. So you're going to have to use your discernment, Pisces, in this sage energy to see which could be coming your way, okay? So what we're going to do in the extended is pull a couple of more cards to see what we have here. If there's a relationship demographic that could be changing, or if there's a bit of manipulation in the air. And with the Magician, baby, it could go either way. All right. So until next time, Pisces, if this is where we leave off, I definitely appreciate you guys for tuning in. And for all of my members, I will see you guys on the other side.